Hey there, welcome back to my channel. Jackie here. Hope you're having a great week so far. And I just wanted to pop in and make this quick video about online dating tips for women over 40. Now, you may not realize this, but there's been a 78% increase in online dating sites and apps membership since COVID happened last year. So now more than ever, this is such a great time to be online dating. But I want to give you some tips, especially if you're over 40, to help it, smooth the way for you a little bit. Now, the first one, this isn't even a tip. What I want to preface it with saying is that I want you to remember that there's millions of people online, right? And there's millions of men online, and you're going to receive a certain amount of undesirable men. You have to really just accept the fact that there's a lot of good guys out there, and there's also some bad apples in the bunch, and you need to learn to be on the lookout for those scammers and the guys that aren't authentic, those players. And if you're following my videos, I give you a ton of advice on how to spot those, and that's not what this video is about. But I just want you to embrace this. You need to hone in on the good guys and then just ignore and delete the bad ones, okay? Because this is the best way to meet people right now, and that's how I met my husband. If you probably know that. Now, the first tip I want to give you for online tips dating over 40 is that you need to choose your dating sites wisely. There's so many great dating sites right now to choose from, and I actually don't recommend going with the niche sites. There's farmers, and there's just all these niche sites that are geared towards groups of people like farmers that are looking for love. But I recommend, even if you're a farmer, to go on the bigger, more established sites, because they have the bigger user base, and you can cast a wider net, and you can have more men to chat with. Because sometimes you can get the illusion that the dating sites don't work, but that's not the case. But the niche sites can cause that. So pick one of the bigger sites, and you can pick an app that's on your phone. Those work really well. Or one of the more established sites like Match and Plenty of Fish. And so, but definitely choose a more a site that has a broader membership base. You're just going to have more options, right? All right. The next tip is make a great profile. That is so important. And the other part of that is choosing a great picture. So let's talk about this in a little more detail. And so the picture is like a stop sign. You've probably heard me say that. You need to have a great picture. But if you're looking for a long-term committed relationship over 40, you need to back off on the cleavage. And remember, you're not leading. You don't need to objectify yourself sexually. You need to lead with something that a man would view as a potential partner. So think of it this way. The men that choose women, they're choosing a woman based on how she's going to fit into his life. So if you're coming across as the bombshell sex pot, that might not go over well with the family. Although he may be attracted to you and want to get with you right away, he may not see you as a long-term fit. So I recommend just showing up a little more conservatively. And, I always say skin is in. I love those off-the-shoulder tops, dresses, something flattering, solid colors, and definitely professional photos. I can't overemphasize the difference professional photos make, especially as you get older, because I think that some older women I've noticed don't really know how to do their makeup. Maybe their clothes are out of date. So get the professional photos. You get the professional advice. Don't save those just for weddings and important events in your life. What could be more important than calling in the one, right? Calling in your soulmate. So have a great profile shot that's a stop sign. Once they stop, they're going to then read your profile. And so I want you to keep it short. A lot of the problems that I see happening is that women write too much. It's too much information, and men check out before they even get to past the, couple sentences. So keep it simple, make it short. And one of the things, you have to share some personal things, but make sure you don't share anything too personal, like that you're retired. I don't recommend saying that, because you might get more scammers, especially the older women that are watching this video. And don't reveal anything about, details of your family or details of exactly where you live, anything like that. But you do want to share personal things like your favorite songs, the book you just read, or a trip you've taken, or one of the best memories you have. Those kind of details create a connection. You need to provide a certain amount of details. Don't just say, I love the beach. say what beach and why. So what and why is very important in an online dating profile. My favorite beaches, there's one of my favorite beaches in Maui is Baldwin Beach. It's a really long, beautiful beach. There's no homes on it. They don't allow you to build on it. There's a state park. It is absolutely divine. And why do I like it? For the reason I just said, there's no homes on it. It's really long. It's really wide. It's a windward side of the island, and I really like the ocean's all active, and there's a lot of surf, and so I really enjoy that. So you want to elaborate on the things you enjoy, because who knows, the guy you're talking to might have been to Maui, might have been to that beach, and he can't wait to talk to you. It's an icebreaker as well. And I want you to share with you the number, the three terms that are the most popular from a man's point of view when he sees them in your profile are going to connect, which is caring, compassionate, and empathetic. That will increase your view significantly. So make sure you use those in your profile. I'm a very caring, fun, loving woman. I have a lot of compassion, especially for people that have whatever, fill in the blanks on that. And so men are going to be drawn to your profile if you use those words specifically. And also another catchphrase that I want to suggest that you use is, I'm looking for someone who I can do my best with. I'm looking for someone, or I'm looking for a man who I can be my best with. Men really like that, and that comes from a man. And I've talked to men, and I actually coach men, and I'm hearing it from them. So add that to your profile, and I think you're going to see some success there. All right, let's move on to the third tip. Now, this third tip is look at all the men that send you messages. I think one mistake that women can make is there's so many messages that you don't put an effort into reviewing the messages that you get. And I want you to just slow down and commit to spending some time reviewing and putting effort into your online dating experience. Don't make the assumption that you're going to get all these messages and you're just going to rely on the algorithms and them to send you matches. What I really suggest you do is to make sure you go through all those messages that you receive and review them. Take 30 minutes a day. If you're really serious about getting into a relationship this year, you need to make this a part of your schedule. You need to have structure when you're approaching online dating, because that's going to give you more success. So go through all those messages, weed out the scammers or the undesirables, and go ahead and take the time to look at those profiles and see if there's a match, because a lot of times men will send you notes and you might just disregard them completely, but it could have been a really great guy. So don't miss out on that opportunity. All right, the next tip is, and I already kind of mentioned this, but let's talk about it a little bit more. Put in effort. Put in some effort. Again, stop relying on the computer algorithms and saying there's no good men out there. There's no good men online. All the good men are taking those. That's just rational lies. Rationalizing, right? Rational lies. Your mind will tell you that in order to keep you safe, but it's also keeping you stuck and single. And so I want you to take the initiative to reach out to men. Men love it. And men really like it because, first of all, we got to remember, it's not a date. You're not being aggressive. You're not pursuing. You're just saying hi, just like you would at the grocery store, at the market, at Starbucks, whatever, wherever you go. You're just being friendly, and then seeing if you can create a connection. And so go ahead and send men, a little note about something you saw in their profile. Make sure you always ask a question, because questions requires an answer, and they'll be more apt to respond to you. And what I want you to suggest is you're not so picky when you're putting in all this effort. One of the things that sabotages women so much is being too picky. I mean, you're taking a profile shot that is like the size of a thimble or less the size of my thumbnail, my pinky nail, and you're going, he's not for me. How do you know? And 70% of my clients say that men look better in person or show up on those video chats. They look so much better than they did in their profile, and they sounded better, and they just were better. I think historically men just don't put as much effort into their profiles as we do. And they're very visual, so they want a beautiful profile picture, but they'll just take and, cut a picture in half, cut somebody's arm off or their arm off, and they'll put half of their body there. So make sure you take time to read their profile and get back to them. Get on the phone and see if there's a connection. That's what it's all about, right? And when you're reaching out and you see a great profile and it's almost like it looks like it's too good to be true, it probably is. There are men that are scammers that will put out a perfect profile and will trick you into believing that there's this amazing perfect man. Make sure you have a yellow flag on the field when you see that kind of perfect profile. Also, scammers are notorious for showing up as engineers out of the country, will be back soon, that kind of thing, widowed, don't have any children. So if you see that kind of those specifics in a profile, I would actually assume that it's a scammer, because they're notorious for using that. Now, I hope these tips are going to help you. I know they will, but if you need a little more support, I cover all of this in my Inner Circle membership program that I launched recently. And there's a link in the box below that will tell you all about it. If you've ever wanted to get coaching directly from me and from my team of coaches that are amazing, and be a part of a community of like-minded women that are all on the path to meeting their soulmate, this is the place for you. So check out that link. All right, let's move on to the last and final tip. Meet men on a video chat right away. Video chats have become all the rage, and the dating sites are now including the software right on the dating site, which makes it more safer for you to actually get on video with them than ever before. More men are stepping up and rising to the occasion. So it's here to stay. I actually think it's here to stay no matter what, because it saves you time. It saves you energy. You can create a connection on a video, just like I'm connecting with you right now. I think you feel connected with me. You've been following me. I certainly feel connected with all of you. I read your comment. I care about you. When you connect on video, you can get to know how he moves and what his voice sounds like, and just pick up so much more, and you can actually create a deep emotional connection through videos. I have proof of it from my clients that got into relationships last year during isolation and lockdown. And so I think it's a great way to get closer to a man, to actually vet a man, and to really see if it could be a potential fit for you before you even meet them in real life. So get used to it. Chat up on videos, on Skype, on Zoom. Make sure that you're staying safe by not providing your actual email address or phone number, using your Google Voice, and using an email address that's dedicated to your online dating experience. Alrighty, that's all I have for you today. I will see you in the next video, but don't forget to subscribe to the channel, because I have a ton of great videos coming out and I don't want you to miss out. All right, see you soon.